What up? It's your boy T-Bird here in the reaction. Today is Friday the 13th. I said today is Friday the 13th. So you know that means time for some kill counts. And in honor of Friday 13th, since I already did my own, rewatched some of these kill counts for Friday 13th already, I went back to looking at the rankings. Alright, so I did do the top two of his ranking by James A. Janice on Friday 13 movies. So I went to the next one. I was going to do Satan X, but I feel like that was like a personal number 3 for him. So I mean, I don't mind that kills. Some of the kill scenes a little generic. So I went for the next one up, and that will be the Friday the 13th 2009 reboot. So that's a perfect kill count reaction to do. I still will be trying not to look away. You know, I got a feeling I won't, since one, I've seen the movie before, and two, Jason ain't that just jump scare like that, unless I'm just freshly watching a newer Jason. So other than that, and I'm doing this for y'all fans. So, and soon afterwards, I will try to get, and I still got the Leprechaun reaction I got to do for y'all too. And I see that James A. Janice released a top Leprechaun kills, which I'm gonna hold off on after I do Leprechaun. It's probably gonna be either this weekend or the day before or somewhere the day after, because this St. Patrick's Day is also my fiance's birthday, so chances are I might not be doing a reaction that day. So other than that, let's get going.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the final Friday the 13th movie, the 2009 reboot of the series called simply Friday the 13th. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this movie. Rebooting a franchise with 11 movies of history behind it is hard work for sure. What do you maintain from the original? What do you change? Ultimately, I think the filmmakers attempted to make a movie in the spirit of the first few Friday films from the 80s with some modern upgrades. Did their efforts result in a successful film? It's tough to say. I do like that they made Jason a leaner, faster survivalist killer in this one, and I'm fine with them keeping the backstory the same. I watched the extended Killer Cut edition, and the deaths in it are solid. Probably the most terrifying in the entire series. But its biggest weak point is a common one in these movies. The goddamn characters are so superficial and boring that I couldn't even pretend to care about them. With such a big budget and sleek look behind them, the shallow characters make the movie feel cliche, or even worse, a little dishonest.
Let's just all be one big happy cliche.
But I'm not here to wax film criticism, I'm here to count kills. So let's get to it.
Here we go.
The first kill comes during the Sin City looking opening credits, where we transport back to Crystal Lake in the summer of 1980. There we watch Pamela Voorhees get her head chopped off by the last remaining survivor of her camp counselor murder spree. Obviously, this is something they decided to keep from the originals, and I'm fine with that. Being a messed up mama's boy is kind of Jason's whole thing, so it wouldn't feel the same without decapitated Pamela head.
Kill for mother.
Speaking of Jason, he sees the whole thing from the woods and takes up the machete like some messed up family heirloom. Fast forward to present day, where a group of campers are heading out to the greater Crystal Lake area to find a dank-ass stash of weed crops.
Do you know how much money we're gonna make selling this weed?
We're gonna get a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, okay.
Among them are final girl Whitney, her boyfriend Mike, who favors direct communication,
Have sex with your boyfriend.
a pseudo-nerd in a Star Wars shirt, and holy shit, that's fucking Ginsburg from Mad Men. His girlfriend's there too, and they are both very horny.
Hey, you wanna slap that ass one more time for Daddy? Yeah, Daddy does like it. Daddy likes it a lot.
Like, super horny. Naturally, their horny selves go to the tent to get it on, while Whitney and Mike go exploring, and Wade, the guy who's definitely a real nerd, goes to find the weed. He succeeds, but it turns out Jason was looking for that kush too, so they run into each other, and Jason hacks Wade up off screen. His body's shown to us a little later. Terrified Wade seemed at the sight of Jason.
What the fuck? What
So what the fuck? What the fuck?
It was the realest fear I felt in a victim since Chili in Part 3. That's right, I'm here to never let you forget how cheesy those early Friday films were. Ginsburg's sexy times get interrupted when he thinks Wade is fucking with him from outside the tent. He goes off into the woods, leaving Amanda behind, but after finding Wade's body, he runs back to camp. There he finds Amanda fucking strung up in her sleeping bag over the fire in an absolutely torturous way to kill someone. Ginsburg's leg gets caught in a bear so she roasts to death inside her sleeping sack, spilling out to the ground.
I mean, I saw the movie, but still, I ain't the effect of the leg scene again.
Jason has always been known for his
his
relatively painless.
It lays the skin off.
The remake establishes that that's not always going to be the case anymore. During all this, Whitney and Mike have found Jason's squatting place on the old Crystal Lake campgrounds. They come across an old locket with a picture of Pamela Voorhees in it that Mike gives Whitney to keep because he thinks it looks like her.
Hey, it looks like you.
They They also discover Pamela's head in a wall. Not as elaborate as Part 2's Mama Shrine, but at least Jason's still sentimental about it. Jason shows up and starts stabbing upward from beneath the floor, getting Mike in the foot, leg, and hand before popping up and pulling him down into the crawl space, presumably finishing the job with another off-screen kill. Or maybe he just wanted to take him down there to show off his baseball card collection. Why we always gotta jump to conclusions when it comes to Jason's motives. Now the hunt is on and Jason runs, I repeat runs, after Whitney, who makes her way back to camp to find the darkest timeline going on. She tries to help Richie out of that bear trap, but Jason shows up and runs full speed at them, planting his machete into Richie's head like he's chopping wood. Then he just boots him in the face to get his machete back. New Jason is fucking scary, guys. Finally, Jason runs down Whitney and swings his machete as it cuts to title screen. Holy shit, that was all the opening scene? That was like 25 minutes long. Oh, and spoiler alert, Whitney's not dead. Although I have no idea how Jason didn't kill her with that last one. 6 weeks later, we meet a bunch of mostly shitty teens on their way to a cabin to hang out. There's uptight Trent, who owns the place, his girlfriend Jenny, who seems like a nice person, Nolan, who has no personality other than hunk, Chelsea and Bree, who have no personalities other than hot, and Chewie and Lawrence, the most entertaining of the bunch, the token minorities who point out that they're the token minorities.
You can ask the one black guy to pump the gas for you?
Inside the gas station is Whitney's brother Clay, who's out looking for her. He and Trent have a little dick measuring contest.
You guys being a dick.
Yeah, it's me. Obviously, I'm the one being a dick.
Before the group of teens head off. There's 20 minutes until our next kill, which means way too much plot about Trent's sweet cabin and his relationship problems with Jen and Clay's difficulties with the local populace while searching for his sister.
People go missing around here. They're gone for good.
One of the guys he talks to is this dude Donnie, who's sporting an awful hick accent.
Fucking lucky there, Stretch. Came about that close to hitting the start button on the whoop-ass machine, boy.
Mannequins, I guess?
Remember when you took my virginity?
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna fucking pound you so hard.
Before Donnie can rekindle old flames, though, Jason shows up and attacks him. Donnie's not much of a match for him, although he is able to rip off Jason's Part 2 looking pillowcase.
What the That shit ain't fucking right, dude.
Jason, ever self-conscious about his face, slashes Donnie's throat with his machete. Donnie goes down quickly and quietly, showing that sometimes you've just got to play the old standards. When Jason goes to pick up his pillowcase again, he notices something. What's that? Under there? Oh my goodness, it's a hockey mask. Why don't you try that on for size, big guy? You're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee. Back to our shitty teenagers, where Nolan and Chelsea establish themselves as the wild and crazy members of the gang by taking Trent's boat out, even when he tells them not to.
Now what does that say about me? That the second that Trent said, "Don't take my boat out," it was guaranteed that I would.
It says you're an asshole, dude. To prove how cool they are, Chelsea goes topless wakeboarding and everybody's having a bro-tastic time until Nolan gets an arrow.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Was random as shit.
The campground archery range.
That was random as fuck when I had like, oh shit.
That was one hell of a shot. The boat, now out of control, whacks Chelsea in the head, which probably gives her a concussion.
Bones, that's what that is.
Instead, she tries to swim to shore until she sees Jason standing there, ready to give her mouth to mouth. She declines the offer, somehow swimming back to the dock instead, where she hides out underneath, watching Jason from below.
Oh, yeah, this
Just when you think it's safe, Jason stabs her in the head from above, pulling her body up for some gratuitous news.
Yo, that just cracked me up every time.
It always feels weird seeing a dead character. Even if she was cute.
Okay.
Well, she still is.
Oh, come on, man.
Yo, I had to look. I was looking at and looking at it on the side view as who is the girl playing Jenna. That's Caitlin Snow from Flash. I'm like, why she look so familiar?
Jason's been busy stopping Nolan and Chelsea from motorboating. Jen's been out with Clay after he stopped at the cabin looking for Whitney. She goes off with him, much to the dismay of Trent, who finds solace in beer and Bree. Clay and Jen find a couple of clues that lead them to the old campsite, and it's pretty cool seeing Camp Crystal Lake again with some familiar parts to it, like the archery range. Night descends rapidly, and they're still hanging out at the campsite where they find a whole bunch of creepy shit. Baby Oopsie Daisy there freaks them out enough to make them leave, but on their way out, Jason shows up with his haul from the lake. We see another new side to Jason as he figures out someone's around, then searches for them methodically and very menacingly. Clay and Jen are able to successfully hide and run away, but on their way out, they trip over a wire that's actually a sort of alarm system, which reveals to us that Clay's sister Whitney is being kept alive underground in Jason's crawl space. That's another new facet to Jason. He's never kidnapped anyone before. And sure, he took her because she looks like his mom from the picture in the old locket he has, but I'm seeing serious progress here, Jason. Maybe in time, you can be a contributing member of society. You know who's not contributing to society, though? The rest of the kids back at the cabin. They're too busy drinking beer and smoking weed, and in the case of Lawrence and Chewie, actually entertaining the audience. While they do their shtick, Trent gets mad that Jen's still out with Clay, and Bree takes advantage of it, taking him into the bedroom for what is easily the most intense sex scene of the series. I know Jason Goes to Hell was pretty explicit with that tent scene, but this one puts that to shame. It's just, wow. It even has porn-worthy dialogue.
Your tits are stupendous. Your tits are fucking just...
I know.
So juicy, dude. You got perfect nipple placement, baby.
While Bang Bus is happening in the bedroom, Chewie goes out to the tool shed and plays around with the hockey stick before Jason pops up behind him.
Are you looking for this? Because it completes your outfit.
Turns out Jason doesn't want the hockey stick, he just wants to murder. He throws Chewie around for a bit, and when Chewie tries to defend himself with a screwdriver, Jason turns it around on him and is all like, stop stabbing yourself, stop stabbing yourself. He doesn't stop stabbing himself. The screwdriver rammed deep into his neck, and Jason does not let him go easy. He keeps driving it in there like he's looking for a screw to strip. It's painful and bloody, and another great kill in this ultra-violent movie. Rest in peace, Chewie. You were fun to watch live and fun to watch die. Back at Jason's survivalist hideout, Whitney finds her brother's missing poster in Jason's knapsack and starts her final girl circuit a little prematurely. She frees herself from bondage and runs into a bunch of dead bodies, even though it's only an hour into the film. She even makes it all the way to the cabin, but she should have known better than jumping the gun on her getaway, because Trent's too busy jumping Bree's bones to notice her, and Jason disqualifies her for a false start. Get her out of the game, ref. Clay and Jen get back and warn everyone about Jason, freaking Lawrence out because he just got high. But that doesn't stop him from being a real G for Chewie.
My boy's still out there. I'm gonna go get him.
After he finds Chewie's body, he gets attacked by Jason, but fights him off best as anyone else ever has. He makes a run for it, but Jason picks up an axe and fucking hurls it through the air like the mountain man he has become, catching Lawrence in the back and putting him down amongst a pile of firewood. Now this part's kind of cool and different too. Jason doesn't kill him right away, instead letting him scream for help from his friends.
He's using your friend as bait. He wants us to go out there.
It's cool to see this kind of moral dilemma play out, even if it's among awful characters who obviously don't end up doing anything to help Lawrence. Jason finally puts him out of his misery by picking him up, flipping him over, and slamming him down, impaling him straight through his back. Later on, he puts his body in the jacuzzi, showing that this version of Jason is still a fan of the random body mess around.
Right.
Some things never change. Jason then manages to climb up onto the roof and into an upstairs bedroom where he grabs Bree from behind and kills her by impaling her onto some deer antlers on the wall. The most dangerous game meets the most dangerous wall decoration. That cop who was harassing Clay earlier shows up, responding to a call they made before Jason took out their phone lines. But before he can do a single damn thing, Jason drops from the roof like a fucking Batman and impales him through the side of the house.
I'm watching it.
Reaction.
God damn it!
Through the eye. And those are always something special, you know? Now everyone's freaking out, so Trent uses his newly found Bree's body on the other side of that door. The surviving trio runs outside where Bree's body is treated even more indignantly, thrown onto a car like she's a Doublemint twin. In reaction, Trent gives a scream that rivals
that scream though.
Split up now, Clay and Jen running nonchalantly past Lawrence's body while Trent makes it through the woods and out to a road where a truck stops after almost hitting him. There's a bit of suspense and uncertainty as to whether or not Jason is driving the truck. I mean, he's never been shown to drive before, but this is a reboot. All bets are off, motherfuckers. But nope, turns out it's just an old dude and Jason is right behind you, Trent. Jason impales Trent with a machete and pulls it through his torso like he's threading a needle through a meat blanket, dripping gore all over the street. Then he slams Trent onto the hay bale on the back of the pickup truck for a hilariously gruesome post-mortem road trip. Having a good time, Trent? Make sure you stop and see the world's biggest ball of yarn. It's hilarious just how darn big that thing is. Clay and Jen return to Jason's home for some reason, where Whitney hears them and screams, finally alerting them to her presence in the crawl space. The siblings are reunited and it feels so good. Until Jason drops in and chases them through the tunnel like he's Viet fucking Kong. They're almost home free when Jen gets stabbed through the back. Kind of a surprise, but I guess not really.
I was surprised about that. I ain't think she was gonna get killed.
He's got screen time seniority here. Union rule, sorry Jen. Our hands are tied. A final chase ensues, during which Jason attacks Clay but doesn't kill him for some reason, and Whitney kicks Jason in the face, and then it starts raining, and I'm beginning to think this is all padding, guys. The siblings eventually wind up in a barn, like many a Friday character before them. Jason and Clay have another fight, and Jason almost sticks Clay's face in this wood chipper before Whitney comes out from hiding and does the whole "I'm your mama, stop this shit, Jason" thing like Ginny did all the way back in part 2. It works again, confusing Jason long enough for Clay to hit him in the back with a bear trap before wrapping a chain around his neck. Whitney expertly throws the other end of the chain into the wood chipper, and Jason's death begins. First he gets hanged for a little while, and then the machine starts pulling him into its teeth. He resists for a minute, but Whitney stabs him in the chest as she gives him a quip.
Say hi to mommy.
As she then over-explains.
In hell.
The wood chipper rinds Jason's head like a melon, and he appears to be finally dead. Morning comes, and safe at last, Whitney and Clay take Jason's body out to the lake and dump it in, along with his mask and the locket with his mom's picture. I don't know why people are always giving him his stuff back at the end of these movies. Especially because you know you can't have a Friday the 13th without a shock ending. So the last image we see is Jason bursting through the dock and grabbing onto Whitney. Hard cut to black and the end of Friday the 13th. Let's do the numbers.
There you go. Like the machete though.
In this movie, 14 people died, meaning 13 Jason victims and 1 Pamela Voorhees. The writers intentionally put 13 victims in there because, you know, symbolism or whatever. 9 of the victims were male, meaning 5 were female, giving us an almost 2-to-1 imbalance. Remember back when men and women died equally in these movies? The extended killer cut that I watched was the longest film in the series, coming in at a whopping 105 minutes, meaning we only got a kill on average every 7.5 minutes, which is a bit of brake pumping after the last 3 films went crazy. I'm gonna give the Golden Chainsaw Award to Amanda because it seems like the most awful way to go, getting her chestnuts roasted on opening. I'll give the dull machete for lamest kill to Mike, who's dragged underground to get killed off screen.
Right.
And that's it, guys. Released in 2009 and written by the same guys who did Freddy vs. Jason, the 2009 reboot of Friday the 13th is the latest Friday film in the series to date, which also means that our time with Jason Voorhees here on the Kill Count is finally at an end. But don't worry, if you like the series, I'll be here next week with Scream. And until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
Alright, so yeah, that was it right there. Happy Friday 13th. These are your Friday 13th Kill Count reaction right there. It's good watching this again though, because this actually was the reboot I definitely liked though, because it was definitely monitored, up to date, and the kills was up to date as well too. I don't know, was the powers going off or something in my house? But anyway, good show. If you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off.